Back Home by Tyler Childers is going to be played in standard tuning, and let me preface this with saying that the one video that I could find of him playing this, I couldn't really hear the acoustic guitar at all in the intro or in the lead break, and I couldn't precisely see what his fingers were doing in some of the parts either, so this is my assumption of what he's doing. It might not be absolutely right. Like 95% of the song I can see and hear clearly what he's doing, but there are a couple parts that I'm not really sure of. The intro is one of those. The way that I'm playing the intro and what he appears to be doing, it would make sense that he might be doing this, but again, I'm not sure, is to begin the intro riff with your ring finger on the second string 14th fret and your second finger on the 4th string 14th fret. What I can see that Tyler Childers is doing is he is picking down with his pick in this intro while simultaneously picking up with his second finger on the second string. So, or what I'm presuming is the second string. So you'll pick down with your pick on the 4th string and also pick up with your first finger on the second string in all these chords. So that's the first one. Down with your pick on the 4th string, simultaneously up with your second finger on the second string. Then it moves from here down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets, moving it down 5 frets to both of your fingers are on the 9th fret of the guitar, and your second and ring are staying on the 4th and 2nd respectively. And then it moves down another 2 frets so that both fingers are on the 7th fret of the guitar. And you pluck down with your pick and up with your second finger just like before. After those 3 notes, then what Tyler Childers does is he goes to an F sharp minor chord that he plays as a bar up on the 9th fret. So bar with your first finger, this I'm sure of, bar with your first finger across the 9th fret of the guitar, and really I'm just starting the bar at the 5th string down and I'm escaping the 6th string altogether. Then the ring finger goes onto the 4th string 11th fret and your second finger goes onto the 2nd string 10th fret. So he plays this chord and then he puts his, while leaving this bar intact right here, this chord of the F sharp minor intact, after playing that chord for one round, he then moves to an A by only putting his pinky finger down, or rather the only finger that changes a position is the pinky finger goes to the 5 string 12th fret, while the rest of your bar and your ring and your second finger remain in place. So now all of a sudden this is an A chord. So it goes from the F sharp minor to the A by just moving with the pinky finger to the 5th string 12th fret. And then he goes back to this original intro chord of second and ring fingers on the 14th fret. And actually, I say second ring. For the second time through, I actually change how I'm fretting this. I put my ring on the 4th string, ring finger on the 14th fret of the 4th string, and pinky finger on the 2nd string 14th fret. And I'll let my pinky do this walking down. So it goes from this chord to the 7th fret, ring and pinky finger still on the 7th fret, strings 4 and 2 respectively, and then your ring finger drops down 1 more fret, and then I use my second finger to fret the second string 5th fret. And then after hitting that, so far in the second half of this little riff, we've got, after hitting that, which is essentially a version of I think an A chord maybe, Tyler Childers then puts his pinky finger down on the 5th string 7th fret and bars with his first finger across strings 4, 3, and 2 on the 4th fret, while leaving the second finger still planted where it was on the 2nd string 5th fret, and ring finger still planted where it was on the 4th string, what fret is that? 6th. And so you got an E chord there. So it alternates between opening riff, first round through, to an F sharp minor high bar chord to an A by just moving your pinky finger down to the 5th string 12th fret, and then riff again, and then into an E chord. But these are strangely shaped E chords, but this E chord and the high F sharp minor chord and the high A chord are absolutely the shapes that Childers is using. The only part that I'm uncertain about is if he is doing that little riff walk down precisely the way that I'm doing it. So anyway, that is the intro to the song. It does the riff, I think, 2 times, alternating between the A, the F sharp, the A, and the E chords that you're using. And then it goes into traditional chords for the verse. So the verse starts on a traditional E major chord. You got an open 6th string, you've got your second finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, you've got your ring finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, you've got your first finger on the 3rd string 1st fret, open 2, open 1, open 6. And then it goes to an F sharp minor bar with your first finger across the 2nd fret, put your ring finger down on the 4th string, put your ring finger down on the 5th string 4th fret, put your pinky finger down on the 4th string 4th fret. So that's your F sharp minor bar, then to an A chord that he makes also just by barring your first finger across strings 4, 3, and 2 on the 2nd fret, leaving the 5th string open, and then back into the E major chord. In this E major, sometimes you can hear Tyler Childers hammer on with the pinky finger to the 3rd string 2nd fret, and then open it back up to where the first finger is remaining intact in the E major chord on the 3rd string 1st fret. And then it repeats back to the E, to the F sharp minor, to the A chord, back to the E. And it does that either 2 or 4 times as a verse. And then when we get to the chorus is an F sharp minor to the A chord, back to the E chord, back to the F sharp minor, back to the A, repeat the A, and then Tyler Childers seems to slide back down into that E chord by putting his pinky finger on the 6th string 4th fret, sliding it down to about the 2nd fret, and then going into an E major chord. When we get to the lead break of the song, the chords are going to alternate between an A chord that was the same high A chord from the intro, and the E chord that was the same E chord from the intro. The A chord, pinky on the 5th string 12th fret, ring finger on the 4th string 11th fret, first finger barring strings 3, 2, and 1 along the 9th fret, with your second finger going down on the 2nd string 10th fret. That same shape of A chord right there that we're using is the same as the shape of the E chord. If you just slide this shape down to your pinky being on the 7th fret and all other fingers remaining in the same placement respective to one another, that's your E chord. Tyler Childers seems to be playing a different riff in between these chords. So that's the first one, and that is I've got my, also this riff, it will be the same issue of plucking down with your pick on the 3 string while simultaneously plucking up on string 1 that you're also fretting. So you've got your second finger on the 3rd string 13th fret and first finger on the 1st string 12th fret. And then put your second finger on the 3 string 11th fret and ring finger on the 1st string 11th fret. And then you can bar with your first finger for the 3rd chord across the 9th fret of the guitar on strings 3, 2, and 1, but you do not want the 2nd string to ring out in what you're about to pluck. You'll pluck down on the 3rd string 9th fret and pluck up on the 1st string 9th fret. After that, you will immediately go into that A chord, and it would be a smart move from this bar to then just put your second finger down on the 2nd string 10th fret and then go into the rest of that A formation that is really like a C shape up on the 12th fret. And then it goes. And then the second time through, it looks like Tyler goes back to the same first chord that we just looked at. Second finger on the 3rd string 13th fret, first finger on the 1st string 12th fret, and then bring this exact same shape down so that your second finger is on the 3rd string 6th fret and your first finger is on the 1st string 5th fret. And then put your ring finger, put your ring finger, no, let me back that up one more time. Put your first finger barring strings 3, 2, and 1, and same issue as before. As you pluck this, you don't want the 2nd string to ring out. You just want strings 3 and 1 to ring out. And we're on the 4th fret here, by the way. And then after plucking those, do the same thing as before in that A. Put your second finger down on the 2nd string, now 5th fret, and fill out the rest of that E chord with your pinky finger going down on the 5th string, 7th fret, ring finger going down on the 4th string, 6th fret. So I am for sure about these chord shapes that Tyler's playing. All the chord shapes I'm positive of. The only thing that I'm not 100% positive of if he's precisely executing those little walk downs exactly like I'm showing them, but then whenever it gets to the full chord, that's absolutely correct. Full chord, that's absolutely correct. And then all of the major chords also absolutely correct. So hopefully, I know I've kind of rambled my way through this video. This was a difficult song for me to piece together because I couldn't hear what Tyler Childers was precisely playing, and I feel inadequate in telling you what to play whenever I'm absolutely not sure what he's playing. But hopefully this will suffice until a better recording appears, and hopefully this gives you a better idea of how to approach the song